Hi everyone, welcome back. We are back in the kitchen for Letter K week and a little bit of a science and art fusion activity. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some kind of pan or dish. I'm using a pie plate. You can use like a rectangular baking pan. You want something not terribly huge and with some sides to it. So that I'm using a pie pan. And the first thing we're going to do is pour some milk in it. When I tested it, I used skim milk. When I was reading the directions, it said something with a little bit of a higher fat content would work a little bit better. So now I'm going to do it with coffee cream. The skim milk did work, if that's what you have. Also, I read somebody used almond milk to do it. So if you have almond milk, that will work too. But this is a little bit of half and half. If you're concerned about using up your milk or your half and half and wasting it, you know what you can do? You can wait to do this until your milk is just about expired. And if it looks like you're not going to be able to use it up in time, you can do a cool experiment with it. So I'm going to pour, let's move the camera so you can see it a little better. I'm going to pour some in my pan. It doesn't have to be a lot, just to cover the bottom of the pan. There we go. So I just have enough just to cover the bottom of my pan. It's not a whole lot that I'm using. Let me pick this up so you can see. Okay, now I'm going to take, let me turn this a little bit. There we go. Some food coloring, our handy dandy food coloring. We've been using a lot of that, huh? So I'm going to use, this time I'm going to use every color. I'm going to use about 2 drops of all of my different colors. So here's 2 drops of blue. You can kind of see that on the video. Here goes 2 drops of green. I'm going to kind of put them opposite of each other. Okay, here go the drops of yellow. Okay, I'll put one here. Whoops, that extra drop jumped out of that one. And here comes the red. And when I get these all in here, I'll hold up the camera so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so I'll show you what I've got here. So I've got some milk and I've got all these different drops of food coloring. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to take a Q-tip and a little bit of dish soap. So I'm using this Dawn dish soap and I just put it in a little cup to make it easier to get to. I'm going to get some onto my Q-tip here. Get it nice and full. Okay, now I'm going to hold the camera so you can see. Whoops, sorry everyone. I'm going to hold the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Are you ready for this? Whoa! Cool! So I'm just holding my Q-tip in there with the soap on it, and it is swirling around. It's making all kinds of really cool swirls and designs. Oh yeah, they were right. This is way cooler if you use milk with a higher fat content. When I used the skim milk, it didn't keep up the reaction for this long. This is so cool. Okay, I'm going to stop it there so that we can go ahead and finish our video. Now, if you want to, you can swirl the colors yourself with your Q-tip, or you can just stick it in and do it that way. Once you get the colors swirled up the way you want, I'm going to show you the next thing you can do that's really cool. Now I will say this, if you like to do a lot of swirling, you may not want to use all the colors. If I swirl all these colors together, I'm going to kind of end up with just a bunch of brown. So if you just used, for example, like the blue and the green, you could swirl away and the colors will stay pretty. So you can do that however you want. So now I've got a cool pan with food coloring in it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of cardstock. So this is white cardstock. This piece is about 4 inches by 6 inches, and I'm going to set that into the milk. Kind of press it down, and when I pick it up, I'm going to see if I can show you what it looks like. So you can see all the different swirls. I'm going to set it over here on a paper towel to dry. I have a paper towel on a tray. And then you can do more than one. You can swirl it some more if you want to. Whoa! So I'll show you what I did. I did a little more swirling. It's still going. Move my hand. I sure don't want to drop my phone in the milk. So I did some more swirling. I'm going to put my paper in there. I'm pressing the paper so it goes into the milk. Okay, I got to put the phone back down in order to pick it up. Okay, here we go. I'll pick it up so you can see it. And there we go. I'm going to lay it over here on my paper towel tray to dry. Now I'm going to show you the ones that I did earlier when I used skim milk, and I used just blue and green colors. You can see, oh, they're both, okay, hang on a second. So here's one, and here is the other. You can make some really pretty papers this way. I know the other day we talked about why not use your stuff to make a card or a note for someone who maybe you haven't been able to see in a few days. Maybe your grandma and grandpa, maybe your dance teacher, or somebody who you're missing. Use your pretty papers to make a card, and I bet that would really make their day. So that's all for now. Have fun making your pretty paper. I'd love to see pictures of what you're doing, and we'll see you later.